Hello, Aidan here from the Two Dachshunds pub. I had a couple of messages and questions recently around sort of my tap list EO setup that I have within the pub shed. So essentially, I have a 22-inch computer monitor mounted on the wall with a Amazon FireStick plugged into the back of it, which I use to present my tap list display through an Amazon app downloaded on it. So I just thought I'd quickly go through kind of how I set up my account and my displays to give you ideas on sort of how you can set it up yourself. So first thing you need to do is go to the taplist.io website and create a new account. You want to make sure you check the home brewers option when you're creating your account. The other options, like for a bar or a brewery, you don't want to select that. Once you created an account, you validated your email address and you set a password, you'll then get into your dashboard, which is the screen that you can see in front of you. There's a couple of things down the left-hand side. Your menu, that's how you kind of build up your menus and your screens that you want to be displayed. And then displays are the physical devices that you display your menus on, so such as your Amazon Fire TV. You can have a web menu as well. That's done within web settings. I don't use that. I use my own system, PubShed POS. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go have a look at that. Print keg room, that won't be available unless you're probably paying for a bar or a brewery plan. And the database is just where you store your taps or your products that you want to display on your screen. So to get started, you want to start with clicking either your menu or the menu on the quick links. You'll then be presented this page, and you first need to sort of create a section to how you want to set up your menu. With myself, I've got 3 sections. I've got on tap, so I've got 2 taps, so anything that I've currently got on tap. I've got cans and bottles, and then specials. Specials typically tend to be things that I've always got in, pretty much anything Beavertown related, because I'm a real big Beavertown fan. So we'll start off creating a new section, and we'll call this on tap. If you click advanced options, you get normal on deck. I never use on deck, just use normal. On deck is more for if you've kind of actually got, you've got a pub and you've got lots of turnover of kegs and you're changing things over. So on deck is kind of what's coming up next. So we'll have on tap. I'm then going to do cans and bottles. And then I'm going to do specials. Then once you've got your sections, you then need to go in and add items to your menu. So on tap, I'm going to add a beverage. So what kind of anything you currently got on tap, yeah, you can put this in here. So at the moment, let's say I've got my home brew, so sloth lager, as I've called it. So if you've already created it previously and you've used the product previously, it'll appear in a drop-down list. If it's brand new, then it'll prompt you to create sort of the new item. You can choose kind of what type it is, style, kind of lager, pale. Again, if it doesn't exist, it lets you create it. The brewery, home brew. So I'm going to put 2 Dachshunds. Let's create that. If you've got a description, nice home brew, pale, lager. you can do that if you know the percentage. Pop that in. And then you kind of got images and glassware. So you can set whether images get displayed. Because this is a keg, I'm going to put here as a glass. What have we got? Tumblr will do. So yeah, so with an image, if you can upload an image. If you don't, then tap list will display an icon. So we'll create that new bit. And then this is where you assign it to a tap. Now I've got no taps here, so I just need to go and configure that tap. Keg size, I don't use that. You can link this up to external systems that kind of helps manage that. So you've got manage taps here. So I'm going to go and add tap 1, tap 2. I've got 2 taps. So if I go back to my menu now, I can edit this. I'm going to assign it to a tap. There we go. Tap 1, no keg connected. I'm having a real mind blank here. Why is this not letting me? Have a quick look. Have a quick look. Oh, this is embarrassing. How do I assign it to a tap? If you go to your database, you can see your beverages here. And I wonder if there's the keg. You can't even assign it to a tap. This is ridiculous. There we go. Tap 1, move keg. Oh, that was difficult. So yes. So once you created your product, it's probably best when you're setting this up, create your taps first. If you've got multiple taps, go to keg room. You can then go move, and you can select which tap you want to move it to. I haven't got tap 1 here now because it's already assigned to it. So we're going to do this again so you can kind of see it. I'm going to add a second thing that I have on tap, add beverage, and I'm just going to say I've got a, oh, I don't know, a Danish Pilsner. Lager Pilsner. Carlsberg. I don't know, is it 4 point? Oh, it's 5% actually. This is actually a Pilsner. I use the styles from Untapped. Create new beer. So here, if you're creating it, you can assign it directly to tap 2. Or if you've already created it, you can go in and move it and put it onto tap 2. So we're now kind of set up the tap part of our menu. Cans and bottles we'll come back to because I do something sort of a bit different with that. And then specials. Yeah, so specials is where I have my kind of my typical things that are in stock. So neck oil, which is a session IPA. Beavertown. If you've got a description, low ABV, ultra, pale, crisp, light, and bang on in your face with the hops. There we go. I think I stole that from Untapped. It's 4.3%. So it comes in a can, single can. And here I'm going to actually add an image. So you notice here, it says custom uploads require a paid plan. So you can't upload your own images. I'm doing this currently on a demo account I created just to play around with. But then if you upload an image, you'll be able to show it on the screen instead of just a general image. So we've got neck oil, so we'll create that. Add to menu. And I'll add one more. We will do, let's do gamma ray. This is Beavertown. So Beavertown exists, so I can just select that. The style, pale ale, American, ABV 5.4. Just can. Okay, you've got a description. You can pop something in here. What, big, hoppy, and fresh. Big, hoppy, and fresh with huge flavor and aroma. And create that new beer. Add to menu. So now, as you see, we're starting to build up our menu. And then finally, go to cans and bottles. I put a beverage. It's not actually a beverage. So scan for menu. I've done this bottles and cans. So I use obviously my PubShed POS application to manage my stock, like expiry dates and consumption for stats. And as part of that, I can generate a QR code which people can scan, and it'll tell them what products I've got in my beer fridge. So if people don't know what to drink, they can look at what I've got in without me having to try and remember absolutely everything, and then obviously choose something to drink. So I've got a QR code image which I would upload on here using the add image, and then that'll appear on the screen. I'll log into my proper account in a sec and kind of show that. So we'll create that new beer as well and add that to menu. So we've basically now created our menu screens. We've got our three sections with our taps, our kegs, or our products. So we're going to displays. This is where we create our display. So name your display, PubShed TV. And then you'll get the default setup within tap list here. So you can move your sections around as you want on the screen. You can set a theme. The theme I use on mine, it is Flex. Yeah, so I use the Flex theme, and you can change the layout. So seconds per menu page. So if you have lots of products, it'll split it off into separate pages, and then it'll automatically rotate between that. You've got your menu density, which is kind of sort of how big you want it to be displayed. Now, I don't actually have many on here. I've had more, then this would probably change it as we go through it. Whether you want just one column or two or three, automatic is just one. Then options. So here, as we're saying, illustrations are just these logos that you can see here. illustration, sorry, the default image. You know, logos only, and anything that you've uploaded as an image will display. Prefer logos, which if there isn't a logo, then it'll give you an illustration. And you can change your illustrations within the products. I'm not quite sure why these are showing kegs, because we set the illustration as kind of like your glassware. We might need to just go back into the dashboard, into the database, find the products, such as neck oil. Yeah, the illustration there is a can. So I'm not too sure why it's displaying it as a keg, because it should display that as a can. It might be that you can't use them on a free plan. You might need to sort of select a plan. So you can then also turn what you want on. So if you want to show the style or not, the ABV, if you don't put prices on anyway, you've got descriptions, we've got any offline taps. So now that I've put descriptions on, you can see it's kind of shrunk it down a bit. So I have to change the layout, extra large. There we go. So we'll now have a second page. So within 10 seconds, this would then, on your main screen, would then go and show you your specials. There we go. Kind of like that. You can change your fonts and your colors. Quite simple to do. If you change the background, you can change colors. Oh god, that looks horrendous, doesn't it? That looks horrible on the eyes. or you can use images. You can upload sort of header images. I also need a paid plan for that, and a background image to get you sort of that nice kind of background, which is kind of what I do on mine. And then once you've got all that set up, you can then pair the display. So it's supported on Fire TV, Apple TV, Chromecast. Not sure what Radiant is, and other. So you just select your device. So I use Fire TV. Then you open up the app on your Fire TV. You'll get a 6-digit code. Pop it in here, and then it's all linked together. And then every time you open up the app on your Fire TV, it will then display your menu. If you're only using your Fire TV stick for Tablistio, then if you kind of turn your TV off with the app still running, then the app will auto reload when you sort of restart or turn on your Fire TV stick. So I'm just going to switch over to my actual account to kind of show you what it looks like in real life. So I'll just be 2 seconds. Okay, so I've logged into my actual account now. So if we go into our database, for example, and we look at Gamma Ray, we can see here that I've uploaded a picture from my computer of the image, the product. Go look at displays, configure display. This is how I've set my display up. So I have my 3 menu sections: on tap, cans and bottles, and specials, as we created before, using the flex theme. The layout is 10 seconds sort of per menu page, medium, and 2 columns. Just pushes the specials onto a second page, just makes it look a bit nicer by having that set as medium. And then with options, I have prefer logos, then illustrations. So if I haven't uploaded a logo, then it will appear as an illustration. I need to just amend these images to remove the white background to make them transparent, and it will look a bit nicer on screen. That's a job that I need to do. And then obviously I've got everything ticked down here, apart from location. We don't really need to see where the location is on that. it's got to show prices, but I don't put prices in anyway. If you don't fill in a field when you're creating your beverages, then they won't appear. They won't appear anyway. Fonts. So I've set various fonts, colors. These kind of go with sort of the color scheme that I've got for Instagram and the pub shed. Sort of green is the base color, especially for any of our stickers, or you've seen our logos. And then to get, so I've got my logo in the top right corner. That's done by images. So I've uploaded a header image, which is a full length image with the green background and my logo placed in the right hand corner here, and then just a plain background image of green. And I'll put the dimensions of those images in the video description. If you want to create your own, I use canva.com. I've got a paid subscription I use for my business, so I use that for everything. I think they do a free plan, so you'll then be able to create your images and then upload them. So yeah, so to upload your images, you're going to need to pay for a plan. I think it's about £30 a year. It's $39. So whatever that is in UK pounds, then it's that per year, and it's the hobby plan here. So it gives you a fully customizable TV menu system for just one TV. You get your web menu if you want a web menu, and obviously your own product descriptions, images, all of that. So yeah, you get all of that on the hobby plan. The free plan, I think, obviously doesn't have a lot of those customizations as you saw previously. So yeah, that's basically kind of my setup. That's how I've configured Taplistio for my Amazon Fire TV that displays behind the bar. And I've hoped that's give you some ideas on how you can kind of create it for yourself, or even just where to get started and have a play around. Is there any questions? Feel free to pop them in the comments below, or drop me a DM on Instagram, and I will do my best to help. Bye for now.